So recently, people have been going kind of crazy because SMOK has been releasing so many devices. It seems like SMOK is releasing a device every single week. And that wouldn't be a big issue, but all these devices they're releasing kind of all vape the same. They're using the same board, the same chip, and there's very slight differences to the actual device. I mean, they're different enclosure, but the mod itself is pretty much the exact same. And I think SMOK is just kind of... I think they're going crazy. I think they're running out of ideas and they're starting to go a little loopy because they're dropping mods so damn quick. So with that said, we're going to review another one by SMOK. Today we're going to check out the PRIV. Now this one does have a little bit of a difference to it. They're actually using a newly updated screen on here. So the screen actually is different. Yeah. But the vape is the exact same. Now it does come with the TFV12 Prince sub-ohm tank, which I reviewed a million times. So I said, you know what? I'm putting the drop on top. So I got the drop on top of here. 0.11 build, 100 watts, vaping on or dripping on some of the looper, animal looper. Make sure there's not a nip slip. No, there's not. This is actually my muscle shirt that I'm wearing today. I'm out of clothes. I decided to go work out, so I'm going to put my muscle shirt on. Let's have a vape, shall we? I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Here we go. Like every other SMOK device. Now, the PRIV was sent over directly by SMOK. For the purpose of this review, if you guys are looking to pick one up or check one out after the video, I did do a search online. You could purchase just the mod itself. It seems the going price anywhere between $50 and $60. And then for the kit, I found that it's cheap as around $59.99 all the way up to $91.99. So let's have a closer look at the PRIV coming from SMOK. No presentation box, guys, because SMOK has been using the same packaging for the past 2 years, and yeah, you don't need to see the box. I'm not showing it to you. But inside the box, you're going to get the PRIV device. They're going to toss in the TFV12 Prince sub-ohm tank, which will include 2 coil heads, the bubble tank, the standard tank. You're going to get the famous Cobra drip tip. They're going to toss in their new micro USB data and charging cable. It's like one of those aluminum cables or whatever they're called. And some extra O-rings, top fill grommet, and a user manual. Dimensions on the PRIV: 88 millimeters tall, 46.5 millimeters wide, 30 millimeters thick. It's constructed and it feels like pretty much every other SMOK device. Nothing really new there. Available in 5 different colors. Now it is a dual 18650, so we'll compare it in size next to a few other dual 18650s like the Vaporesso Revenger. You'll see it's a tad bit wider than the Revenger. And we'll compare it next to the Veneno, which is also by SMOK. And you'll see the Veneno is probably about the same size as the PRIV. Now, of course, on the top, we're going to have your stainless steel 510 connection, gold-plated spring-loaded pin in the center. You'll notice the 510 connection is not centered with the mod. I wish it was in the center. It just makes things look much better. Now, if you're anal like me and you don't like your atomizers hanging over the edge, 25 millimeters is actually going to be the limit here. Here's the Kennedy, and if I screw this down, you guys will see that the Kennedy comes right to the edge with no overhang. So anything over 25, it's going to look kind of goofy looking. Now they're using the lever style firing switch like they've been using for a while now. And it's a nice solid button, no rattle, very clicky, doesn't have that hollow sound to it, very responsive. I've had no issues, very comfortable to use, especially if you're the type to grab it and give it a squeeze. So very comfortable button. At the bottom we do not have a battery door, but we have the cutout for the rear battery door. And if we put your nail in there, voila, there's the battery door. 4 magnets holding that door in place, and I will say the battery door in here is perfect. It's solid, it's tight, not moving around. Your batteries are not moving, the door's not going to pop off. And on the back, we have this kind of, I don't know, carbon fiber mesh-looking design. PRIV logo on the bottom. And they have like a clear, I don't know if it's a clear panel or a clear finish, but feels real nice, but it is a fingerprint magnet, so keep that in mind. Make sure you wash your hands. On the front, this is where things get good because this has to be the best looking screen SMOK has ever done. 2-inch HD color display, really good looking display, easy to read, nice and bright. The font is nice and large, no complaints whatsoever on the screen. The menu system has not really changed, but we'll go through it in a moment. The wattage up and down buttons are a little different. They're kind of tucked away in the corner, so they're out of the way if you're, going to grab the mod like this and give it a squeeze. They are clicky, real tight buttons, no button rattle, micro USB port, and a really torn up cuticle, as you can see there, along with the firmware updates. And I don't think it has quick charge, 2 amp quick charge. I looked on the website, looked in the manual. They didn't make any mention of it, so yeah, we do have charging, firmware updates over USB. And just to give you guys a quick look at the inside, your typical box mod, nothing really changes or anything revolutionary inside of here. Dual 18650s, we got your battery strap. And one weird thing is, actually, this thing looks like it's ran in parallel, but I don't think it is because it goes up to 9 volts. But you'll notice both positives down, both negatives are up. So I think it's just kind of set up in parallel, but it's actually wired in series on the inside. A few mods have done that in the past, but yeah, just kind of noticed that, something different, something weird. Maybe they did that so that way you don't screw up the battery orientation or what the deal may be, but battery sitting there nice and tight, spring-loaded contacts at the bottom. Now the PRIV goes up to 225 watts in power mode and also in temperature mode, and the voltage range 0.5 up to 9 volts. To access the menu, 1, 2, 3, 3 clicks. I actually have it locked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's unlock it. And the menu's laid out like all the previous ones. 1, 2, 3. Inside there, take your wattage button. You could select the mode. You can see we have temperature mode for all the popular materials, stainless steel, titanium, and nickel. We'll select titanium long press. And as you can see, we can adjust our wattage up to 225 watts. Long press again. And we can adjust our TCR. Do a quick press. This will be all your puff information. Do a quick press again. Now we can change the color. We can set the screen timeout. And we can also set up the auto lock feature. Quick press again. This is where you power off the device. Do a long press. We're back to the main screen. Now if we do the wattage up in the firing switch, we can actually adjust the wattage on the fly. And then the wattage down in the firing switch, we can actually change the mode on the fly. So if you want to go back to wattage mode, you could do that without going back into the menu. 5 clicks will lock and unlock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And while it's locked, you cannot vape. SMOK finally got it right. Good job. Aside from that, that's pretty much it for the menu. Also inside the kit, they're going to include the TFE12 print sub-ohm tank. I reviewed it many times before. I showed it off many times, so we're going to run through it really quick. 25 millimeters at the base, 28 millimeters at the bubble tank. At the top, they're going to include the Cobra drip tip. This one will not work with 810 or 510 drip tips, so you can only use the Cobra tip. We have the locking top fill. You'll see the little button right there. Go ahead and press the button in. Swing open the top. There's going to be your fill port. And then when you close it off, it does have that nice locking feature that keeps it securely in place. The bubble tank holds 8 mLs of liquid. The standard glass tank will hold 6 mLs of liquid. We got dual airflow control slots. As you can see there, you can close it off. Non-adjustable 510 pin. And they will include 2 coil heads inside the kit. You're actually going to get a 0.12 rated 80 to 110 watts, and then a 0.4 rated 60 to 80 watts. All right, so let's run through this really quick because this thing is cutting off circulation in my heart, and I don't think I'm going to make it another 5 minutes, and I might have a nip slip during the video, so hopefully my titties don't pop out. But the PRIV, yeah, same mod, guys, same as the previous 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mods they put out. Going to vape the exact same. Nothing changes there. The menu layout is the same. You can navigate the menu the same. The only difference is going to be the enclosure and most importantly the screen. I will give SMOK one thing, is that this screen is beautiful. It's probably the best looking screen that they've put on any device. Best looking screen. The wattage up and down buttons do take a little getting used to when they're tucked away in the corner right here. It's kind of a weird location. But aside from that, it's the same mod. And I think, honestly, I'm not trying to be an ass or anything, but SMOK, you guys need to take a little bit of a break because you're putting out devices every week, and it's the same mod over and over and over again. I know SMOK has a few pod systems coming out, which I'm really excited about, but it's for the box mods. Like, they just came out with the Lux series. And the Lux series was pretty much every other mod they put out, but just a different color. And I think they're going crazy and they don't know what to do Therefore, they're just putting anything together and slapping the same chips inside. And I think it's going to be like the death of SMOK. So SMOK, take a break. You don't have to release a mod every week. You can release a mod every month and still be a very well-known company. But I say, honestly, guys, take the TFV series of tanks, retire them. Let's start a new tank, new sub-ohm tank, new RTA, call it something different. And with the devices, let's try something different for once, because I think I speak for a lot of people out there when I say this is starting to get really old, the SMOK devices. And, yeah. But the PRIV is nice. I mean, you know, it's a nice-looking mod. Don't get me wrong. It's nice. If you never owned a SMOK product, you're going to really enjoy it. But if you've owned any of the previous SMOK devices, when you get this, it's just going to be the same. Nothing's going to be really that different except for the screen. And aside from that, I'm going to stop talking because I'm starting to get repetitive. And this thing is cutting off circulation. And there's one thing I've always wanted to do. Look at that titties, bitch! Alright, that's it. We're out of here. I'm going crazy. SMOK, you're driving me nuts. I'll see you guys later. Blah, 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 blah. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the description or in the comment section. Oh, all right, I'm taking a break. Hold on. Let me have a sip of coffee. You know what the problem is here? I drink too much coffee during the video, and when I unwrapped the PRIV to shoot the video for it, I seriously went crazy. When I was in the up close, shooting the up close, I seriously went fucking ape shit crazy because I don't know. I'm done. SMOK, please, just take a break for a while. Thank you. Let me have a sip of coffee, and we can exit the video like a normal human being. Delicious. All right. So that's it, folks. That's all I've got for you today. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. Please hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to everyone very, very soon. Make sure you guys build safe and vape on.